Welcome to How the Song Came to Be, where soulful songwriters share the stories behind their songs, as well as tools and creative practices you can use to bring your best songs or other creative works to life. I'm Anneheaton, your host. Hi, I'm Anneheaton. Welcome to How the Song Came to Be. Today is To the Light Thursday. On the first Thursday of the month going forward, I'm going to be sharing on the podcast a song from my new album, To the Light. It's actually an album and an accompanying storybook. And I wanted to take this first Thursday that I'm doing this, I wanted to take the opportunity to share the Donutsong, just because it's winter here in North America and I'm in Wisconsin, and it's a little gray, and sometimes the winter can hit me a little hard. So I thought, why not start with a song that's lighthearted and silly and fun, and that originated really in the mind of a child. So one of the things about my new album and storybook is that it, for each song, it includes the story behind the song, then the lyrics to the song, then the creativity key that unlocked the song, and some reflection questions. So I think how I'll start is to share the story of how this song happened. I could just tell it to you, but I think I'll read it so I don't leave anything out. I was out of town, and my husband Frank was in charge of our daughters. When I returned, Frank told me that our 5-year-old, who loves food and eats it with unadulterated pleasure, had asked to eat her donut in the car on the ride home from the donut shop. He told her she couldn't and explained they needed to keep the car clean. She could eat it once they got home. I just want to hold the donut. I'm not going to eat it yet, she said. When Frank told me this later, we laughed, both thinking the same thing. Yeah, right. Then Frank broke into a semi-Journey the Band-esque voice singing, I just want to hold the donut. I'm not going to eat it yet, or something like that. It was a spontaneous made-up melody, and we laughed even harder. An idea was born. We should write this donut song, one of us said. But as busy parents, we thought, but when? Later that year, we had the rare opportunity to be sitting on a beach in Hawaii when Frank said, hey, let's write that song. It was so fun that it occurred to us that maybe we should only write songs from kids' points of view and only write them on beaches. So that's the short version of that story, and I will play the song for you now and then come back. We decided to have Frank sing the lead on it because he has more of that voice in kind of the Journey the Band land. So here we go.
Is it our turn yet? Why is there such a long line? I want chocolate with sprinkles this time. Can I eat it now? Okay, not in the car. I can eat it at home, but home is so far. I just wanna hold the donut. I'm not gonna eat it yet. I just wanna hold it. I'm not gonna eat it yet. Why are we stopping here? Ooh, can I have one too? He gets a toy for his birthday. Oh, but I never do. So can I eat it now? Yes, my seatbelt is on. I promise I won't spill. Oh, come on. I just wanna hold just wanna hold it. I'm not gonna eat it yet. Oh.
Mom? Mom? Hey, Mom? Mommy? Mama? Mommy? Dad?
I just wanna hold the donut. I'm not gonna eat it yet. I just wanna hold it. I'm not gonna eat it yet. I just wanna hold the donut. I'm not gonna eat it yet. I just wanna hold it. I'm not gonna eat it yet.
Woo! That was fun. Shush, shush.
Hi, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that. The next thing I wanted to share was kind of how the creativity key that allowed that song to be born. So in Soul Song School, which is an online songwriting program that I offer every couple of years, I use a series of creativity keys. There are 12 main ones that I refer to, but there could be hundreds, and I'm sure you could make up your own. But this one was the creativity key of alchemy, because I feel like we took something ordinary that we easily could have forgotten about and ended up making something out of it. So I'll read this. Oh, I still need my glasses to see. With this song, an experience we would have forgotten in a few days turned into something we'll always remember. Instead of having our creativity be separate from our day-to-day, the creativity key of alchemy invites us to let them mix and inform each other. I feel like so often, I know that I've done this in the past, I'm thinking like, it's got to be something extraordinary or really special or like this great love or once in a lifetime, like kind of that I have to write about something special. And I feel like this alchemy key reminds me that I can write about the daily. I can write about breakfast. I can write about the walk to school. Here, I'll continue reading this. There's no separation between our experiences and our writing other than the separation we make by deciding what's worth writing about and what isn't. We started writing about this purely for the fun of it, and something emerged. With alchemy, one thing is turned into another, and anything can be used for fodder. What can you make out of alchemy this week? So, anyway, and part of it for us, as singer-songwriters who had been on the road for 10 years, there was like a level of seriousness around, I feel like both Frank and I have a good sense of humor and we love to laugh. But, when you do something for your living, there's like you take it seriously, right? And that's good. But I think just knowing that we were just writing this for no reason, like just for each other, like just to make us laugh. And then it ended up being something. And the key was that we didn't decide like, we didn't switch over into that, I'm like writing a song mode, which can have a seriousness about it, which is fine. So, so that's just my invitation to you to use anything as fodder when you're making something, writing a story, writing a song. Let me share some of the reflection questions that are included. Have you ever tried to get into the mindset of a child? What was that like? Have you ever tried to get into the mindset of a child? What was that like? So for me, this was fun because, so often, for those of you who have kids or have taken care of kids, when you're in adult mode, you're thinking like, oh, don't make a mess because then I have to clean it up, or we got to get there on time. You're kind of like corralling and controlling. And so it was really freeing to get into the mind of our 5-year-old daughter at the time, to be like, what was she thinking about this donut? Like, okay, I think I can wait to eat it, but like, no, I can't. It seems like it's so long, and that was really, really fun to kind of leave that adult mindset behind. Here's another question. When, if ever, has thinking or playing in a childlike way brought more joy into your life? When, if ever, has thinking or playing in a childlike way brought more joy into your life? So yeah, see if something kind of floats into your awareness around that. I meant to say before we started that, I know a lot of people listen to podcasts when they're driving to work, and maybe you're in the car, so it wouldn't be too safe to do that, to write down your answers. It's probably best to just let the question wash over you and see if something emerges. But if you are home and snuggled up on the couch, feel free to get a journal and a pen and a cup of coffee or tea and write down your answers. So this one, it reminds me that about a week ago, we were coming home from a friend's house. It was about 9:00 at night, and it was cold out and snowy. And when we got home, one of our daughters said to me, "Mommy, will you come outside and play with me?" And I thought, I really don't want to. Like, it's so cold and my feet are wet. And I was like, I don't really want to, but I will, just for a few minutes. And then I did. And I went out there, and she's like, okay, let's make some designs. And we made a heart with our feet in the snow. And we made a big face. And then we noticed that it looked like the Grinch. So we gave it like a little curly cute hair on top. And once I was a few minutes into doing it, I started to really enjoy myself. And then when we finally came inside, I said to her, thank you for inviting me outside to play with you, because that's the most fun that I've had all day. And I thought, well, isn't that interesting? Like, the thing that I didn't want to do, that I felt like, oh, that was, and the thing is, like, children know how to have fun. Like, they're totally connected to that. And granted, what's fun to children isn't always fun to adults, but they're holding the key to a lot of that. So that was something that came up for me. Be curious to know what came up for you, if anything. Next question is, have you ever created something spontaneously? If so, what was it? Have you ever created something spontaneously? If so, what was it? Having this podcast makes me wish there were people here. Like, let's talk. This just reminds me of how sometimes when you're just hanging out and being silly and you end up making something up or making up a joke or whatever, how when the pressure is low, it's so much easier to be creative. When the pressure is high and you're like, okay, I'm making something. That's what I feel like when resistance can come up. All right, let's read this last question. Have you ever had a really silly idea that you let yourself follow through on? Why or why not? Have you ever had a really silly idea that you let yourself follow through on? Why or why not? Yeah, so anyway, I'd love to hear from you. Those are just things that you can think about if you are a maker of any kind. Or just someone who wants to play more and have more fun in your life. And that's it. So you can listen to my new album, To the Light, on Apple Music, on Spotify. And if you'd like to purchase a copy of the book and the CDs in the back, you can do so at my website, which is www.anneheaton.com. And What else did I want to tell you? Oh, I know that I'm going to be, so the Donut Song was born, and then we ended up deciding to make a claymation video for it. And our daughters helped, and my nieces and nephews helped. And if you want to check that out, it's on YouTube. You can search Anneheaton and the Donut Song, or just go to my YouTube channel, or we'll probably put it on Facebook, and you can check it out. But thanks so much for joining me today and taking the time to listen, and feel free to drop me a comment. I always read them and love hearing from you. Okay.
Thanks so much for joining us. If you know someone who would enjoy or benefit from this podcast, please share it with them. Thanks so much. Much love.